previews. I have started recording everything, so this can be posted on the YouTube, and then it's going to be shared in the Google Classroom, the same way I did with the other group. So first of all, again, I want to welcome you back to the classroom. Yeah, it's been so long without not having classes together, like face to face. Yeah, and this is just the way that I want to get as close as possible with you, and I can explain myself in the case of the grammar activities or the grammar exercises and everything. And we're going to have the following, guys. So first of all, I was explaining this in the previous part before we had the interruption, the connection. So I was explaining everything, the different activities. And first of all, I want to congratulate you because I can see that you have been practicing all of the exercises that have been posted on Google Classroom. So I know that at the beginning was kind of difficult because of the quiz evaluation we had. Believe me, the first time I practiced with this, I have been doing my best to get to know with everything. But so far, so I guess we're doing pretty much or pretty well. Okay, so pretty much that was the information I wanted to share at the beginning. And then the way we're going to work, guys, is like this. First of all, I'm going to project this. Okay, I'm going to project this. This is again information that you already have in your this is in the, let's see what I put. Well, it is in my drive, so I guess you have already had access about it. So first of all, let's go with just some things that are important to take into account. So first of all, as I told you, I guess one of the listeners, we're going to focus on lessons A and B. The first one was successful people, and if you remember, all of the different activities for the first page of the file were related to this, successful people. This is the first step. Well, the first step was about watching a video and then answering some questions on the Google Classroom. Then we have step 2 with some exercises in the book. So here you have the answers. But now we're going to move on. Well, in the case of exercise number 3 or step 3, so we are asked to read information about the determiners that you had in the book, and after that complete the exercise. So here you have the exercises, answers of your book. So if you haven't noticed about it, so you better go into the information that you have in the links that are posted on the PDF file. But first of all, guys, I'm going to to continue with, I'm going to start talking about step number 4. Then I'm like getting into details, more details about the use of determiners. Okay, I guess someone wrote something. What's this? Okay, so determiners. What are determiners? So determiners are words placed in front of a noun to make it clear and what the noun refers to. So we can have a lot of determiners, guys, and determiners are going to be accompanied all the time by a noun. So it will be like having two different people who are girlfriend and boyfriend. So if you take a look at them, they're going to be together all the time. If you go to the cafeteria, let's say at the university, you're going to see them together at the cafeteria. You're going to see them together in class. They take in the same class. So that is going to be what determiners do. So they are going to be all the time together a noun. So that's why some of the determiners we're going to take into account are the, my, this, some, 20, each, and any. And every time that you use each of them, so you have to use a noun. Examples: the car, my shirt, this cell phone, some money, $20, each person, any doubt. If you see, you need to have a noun after them, and you cannot say, okay, can I have them? Have you ever seen my? How much is this? If you only use those determiners without having a noun, so it's going to be kind of difficult for a person to understand what you're talking about. However, if you use a noun, the situation changes. So that's why it's important that you have a determiner plus a noun. And that's why we have here that they cannot be used alone. So it's important. So that's why nouns cannot be, well, no, in this case, determiner cannot be alone. They need to have a noun to work with. So let's continue by having the following slide. So we're going to have a talking about all and none. That's the name of the topic that you have in the grammar part. But now let's focus on this. So determiners, we can have many determiners. If you take a look at the previous slide, so we have the, my, this, some, 20, etc. But the ones we're going to focus on are the ones that are called distributive determiners. And what are those? Those are the ones that we can use to refer to individual members of a group or to a group of people, animals, or things. Examples of those might be each, every, either, neither, both, known, and all. In the case of those determiners, they express how something is distributed, divided, or shared. So that's why it's important that we have a noun, because if we only have this determiner, what if I tell you, okay guys, have you ever, do you take a shower every what? Or well, I will assign you to check both what? Or have you practiced all what? So you need to have a noun after them. So that's why they cannot be alone, and their names are distributive determiners. Let's continue with the following slide. Now we're going to start getting ready with the explanation of each one. So first of all, we're going to have two determiners, and we're going to use all the time these determiners with singular nouns. They can be each and every. So let me just check that I here. Are you talking about the slides that were instructions? Yeah, Gabby, that's a very good question. I'm sorry. So I'm talking about the slides that are right here, and those are the things that are in the in the Google Drive that I share with you. So if you click on the links, and I guess I have I explain myself in the PDF file. So for more information, you can check this link. So this information is the same that the one that you have in the link. So I don't know, guys, if I'm answering your question. Or maybe I'm going to actually. Oh. Okay. So you are not. Yeah, I'm explaining the one that is on the Google Drive. Maybe I'm going to be saying the number of slides, so you don't get lost at the moment of checking this audio next to the information that is on the slide on the Google Drive. So so it is going to be page or slide number 7. So the information that we have right here is the following: both, each, and every generally have the same meaning. They refer to all members of a group considered individually. So guys, it is important that we take this into account. Every time that we use each and every, we're talking about a group of different things, but those things are going to be taken individually. Take a look at now the information. Every book, the example right here, every book in the course must be read before the end of the semester. Each book in the course must be read before the end of the semester. This is equal this book and that book and that book and that group and that book, and these books that I'm talking about are formed by having the whole group of books. So that's why, let's suppose that I tell you, okay guys, we're going to have 5 books in this semester that we're going to suppose. So I want you to read each book on time. Which books are going to say? So the 5 books, but I'm not talking about the 5 books in general or as a whole, but I'm talking about each book individually. So that's what I'm telling you. So you have to read each book twice, or you have to read every book twice. So that means the books, but I'm talking about them individually. That's why we have right here, we continue with information. We use each when we think of them more as one by one. When we use every, we mean as a whole. Most of the time we think of it as in a plural form, but in the case of each, consider or is making the emphasis on something that is more individual. And if you check the rest of the information we have right here, there is a little less emphasis on the individual with every when comparing it to each. So if you want to make the emphasis on individual things, better use each. But if you want to make just the emphasis of one by one, but taking it as a whole, you're going to use every. Now, some more example before I may go with some of your questions. Check the following examples. Every artist is sensitive. So that means if we're just checking artists individually, we can say that every artist is sensitive. But if we say each artist sees things differently, I'm taking this into a more individual thing. Every soldier saluted the president as he arrived. So that means all of them. But in the case of the president gave each soldier a medal, each is like one by one. So it's going to be the same as some example that I have in mind right now. In the case of every, what if I ask you guys, how often do you brush your teeth? You could say like every 2 hours. So you're talking about every meal. I brush my teeth every meal. So or before every meal or after every meal. When do you take a shower? So I take a shower every day. So that means you don't have to say every days, but you have to say every day. And when you say every day, it means all of the days of a week or all of the days of a month, but you're taking it individually. In the case, I read each exercise carefully. I read each exercise. So that means one by one. All of the exercises, but you're talking about something more individual because you're making the emphasis on each exercise by exercise by exercise. So that's going to be in the case of each and every. So I'm now going to move. So okay, just give me a second. I'm going to get my book so you don't get lost. Yeah, it is actually on page 95. Okay, so it's on page 95. Yeah, and as we normally did in the class, so I'm just presenting some more information. I'm not just checking the information that is let me just check in here. Oh, the problem is that oh God. So I was talking and I wasn't projecting my screen. That was the problem, guys. Okay, so I better go with this. Now, can you see what I'm projecting on my board? Goodness, the thing that I got so excited. Okay. Oh goodness, guys. Why didn't you tell me, teacher? I cannot see anything. Okay. Okay. Again, maybe I'm going to move backward and then forward. So in the case of here, I was telling you that determiners in nouns are like boyfriend or girlfriend. They cannot be alone. They have what determiners need to have someone to work with. So that's why we have nouns. Here I was explaining that the name of these different determined determiners are distributive determiners. And then I was explaining the use of each and every. So what I just want you to have in mind, guys, is that we're going to focus every time that we use each is because we're going to refer to something like it's very specific, something individual. And in the case of every, we're going to talk about one by one, but as a whole, as a group of things, people, in places, maybe, if you want to talk about places. Really? You told me? Oh, God, okay, I didn't know about it. I'm sorry. Yeah, but the information is on page 95. And well, it is right here. And as I was telling you, what if I ask you like, how often do you take a shower? You might tell me, teacher, I take a shower every day. So every day, so that means I take it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that's why you use every. But if you want to say, no, teacher, I take a shower each night. So that means that you want to be more emphatic in what you are saying. That's why we're using each, and that's why we have. Oh, give me a second. So that's why we have as well the exercises. Every artist is sensitive. That means all of them, but you're taking them as individual things. When you say each artist sees, we're going to have each. And even though you're talking as a whole, if you take a look in the case of the two different examples, we're going to have them by using the third person singular, because even though you're talking as a whole, you are using them as an individual thing. It's going to be the same. That's why everyone, everybody, everything, even though you're using them and you're talking about a whole thing, but because it is being used to refer to a individual thing, you're going to use them in the third person singular. So everybody is ready. Teacher, everyone has done the activity. Everyone has done the activity. So has everybody finished? Has everybody finished? I cannot say have everybody finished. Well, that sounds kind of weird. And in the case of everything, guys, I want to know if everything is clear so far. Maybe I can go to the chat right now. Maybe if you have some questions, I will give some time. I will pay attention as well to my group of WhatsApp. Let me see. So any questions, guys? Okay, maybe you can check it out later on. I will post it on the Google Classroom. Okay, so well, actually, Gabby, both of them are for specific thing. But if you want to be like more specific, each you have, guys, it will be like, guys, before checking or before handing in your paragraph, try to check each word. So that means all of the words by one. If you say every, yeah, it is like one by one, but it's not the same. It's not the same by using each. Each is like in detail. Let's say like that, in detail. But in the case of every, yeah, it's one by one, but referring to it as a whole thing. Anyone else? Okay, so let's move on to the following one. Now, in the case of both, if you remember in the previous one, we're talking about each and every to refer to only one thing. But in the case of both, we're going to change and we're going to add another one. So we're going to have two different people, things, or places. We use both to refer to a pair. All the time we're going to have two different people or things. And I would say places. We can only use both with plural, countable nouns, because it refers to two things. What are some of the examples I have in here? The person says, I have both children in Hawaii. So the person refers to the two children he had or she had in Hawaii. Both flights have been delayed. How many? Two flights. But if you're saying two flights, you can say both. Both flights have been delayed. Just taking both subjects at the same time. Which one? Grammar and English B2. Okay? And it's important to listen to both sides of the argument, and that's important, guys. Whenever we find two people arguing, we don't have to pay attention to only one person giving the reason why they are arguing, but it's better to listen to both sides of the argument. So that means not only listening to one, but also to listen to the other person to find out what the problem is. um, and we can also use both. And here I want you to pay close attention. We're going to use both of with the preposition of every time that we want to be more specific. With or without an article. Maybe I'm going to explain this at the end because I have added a slide only for this information so you can check out. So examples, both of their children were born there. Both of their children. So if you see, we're not just having the noun children, but we have another article or determiner. So both of their children. Both of the movies were incredible. I gave both of the books back on time. Both of the books. She doesn't know both of those men. So why are we using both of? Because we want to be more specific. And every time we use both of is because you are using an article so you can have a noun after it. You cannot say, well, in the case of the last example, she doesn't know both of men. Now, if you only use the noun, it's better for you to say both men. Both men. I gave both books. Both books. But if you want to make more emphasis, maybe the person already knows what the books are talking about. So do you remember the two books I borrowed from the library? Yeah, I gave both of the books back on time. But if you're just talking about something general, we're going to move back to say both. Both books. Both people. Okay? So this is pretty much the information that we have in the case of both. Remember, both all the time. We're going to use it to talk about two things, and we're going to use both of if we want to talk about something that is more specific by using an article. Okay? Now this is the part of the information, guys. Now I will give some time for you to ask any questions, or maybe if you want, you can also open up your microphone so you can ask the question directly and everybody can listen to you. Maybe you may have the same question, or maybe you can just write to me here in the chat. And as well, I'm paying attention to the information that you might be asking in the WhatsApp group. Any questions? Yeah, Noemi, both is like general. So it's going to be, let's say, kind of more general than in the case of both of. You can say, for example, do you watch the two movies I told you about? Yeah, I watched both movies. Or if you want to be more specific, yeah, I watched both of the movies that you told me. I need to have more information. Both of the movies. Any other guys? Any other questions? Okay. Well, I guess no. So let's move on to neither. Again, neither is going to be the same as in both, but for neither we're going to use it in the negative form. In the case of neither, we use it to mean not one nor the other of two people, animals, or things. Now take a look at the example and please pay attention to this. I think neither computer works properly. I think neither computer. Neither supermarket sells electrical goods. And now you might wonder, teacher, but why, if you're talking about two things, why are you having computer? Oh, let me see, I guess someone has. Oh yeah, Isaac is asking a question. After both, that we have to use particles. We can use another determiner, Isaac. We can use, for example, both of her sons. Her, it's a determiner, another determiner. We can use they, we can use those, we can use these. Yeah, we have some specific determiners we can use after the preposition both. Okay, so let's continue. Neither supermarket. And I was telling you guys, why do you have the singular form if you're talking about two things? The thing to take a look at this is like not one nor the other of two. Yeah, Let me see, I guess someone is requesting. Oh no, yeah, someone asked for both. Okay, so yeah, it has to be in the singular form because you're talking about each thing individual, even though you're talking about both of them. It will be some more examples. You are showing me two exercises that you wrote down in your books, and you leave the book on my desk, and you ask me, teacher, do you check them? And I can tell you, oh, I'm sorry, I checked neither exercise. Neither exercise. So you had two exercises, but I checked neither exercise in the singular form because I'm saying I didn't check this one nor this one. Neither grocery store is open now. Neither grocery store is open now. So that means no, that one, the one that is in the corner, not that one, the one that is on the other side of the street. So every time that we use neither, we're going to have it by referring to two things, but in the case of the grammar, every time that we refer to it, it has to be as if we were talking about only one. I think neither computer, not this one, nor the other one. Neither supermarket sells electrical goods, nor this one, nor the other one. Not this one, nor the other one. Okay? And in the case of neither, we're going to have the same preposition as in both, and it's going to be the same. In here, we're going to have now in the plural form. We use neither followed by of without with or without an article. When we use neither with of, the preposition of, we have to have another determiner like my, his, this, the, etc. And in the previous one we used the singular form. Now we're going to change it into the plural form. Neither of the boys admit his guilt. Neither of the boys, not this one nor the other one. Neither of her parents like. Well, in this case, it has to be like. There's some mistake right there, so I'm going to check it later on. But it's neither her friends. Let's see, neither her, no, it's going to be like that. Likes, yeah. Even though you're talking, no, it has to be like. I'm sorry, it has to be like. Parents like. So I made a mistake right there. So neither her friends like her boyfriend. So, well, that's something bad, yeah, but it's like, yeah, because it's in plural form. And then I visited neither of my friends last week. I visited neither of my friends. You cannot say I visited neither of my friend or neither of my. It's impossible. So every time they have neither of, you have to, you need to have a plural noun. And in the case of neither, by itself, you have to have a noun in the singular form. Okay, let's see. Is neither only for two things? It could be for more. No, if it is for more, I'm going to explain that later on. So it is going to be one of the slides. But neither is going to be only for two things, Gabi. Just for two things, no more than that. You need to use another determiner only if you're using of. Neither of my dogs are at home. Neither of my dogs are in my house or in my home. I didn't check neither of those exercises. Or I checked neither, yeah, because neither is making the whole sentence into the negative form. I checked neither of those exercises. Yeah, has to be in the plural form. I checked neither of those. Well, I called neither of my friends. I called neither of my friends. Yeah, it's negative. Neither will be all the time, and that's why if you have it, you cannot say like, I didn't complete neither of the exercise. You cannot say that. I didn't complete neither of the exercises. Yeah, because didn't. You cannot say didn't and never. It would be like saying like I don't never drink cacao juice. You cannot say don't never. So never changes everything into the negative form. It's going to be the same as in neither. Neither changes everything in the negative form. Another example, or maybe question? Okay. Yeah, it is the same. So you cannot say nobody. Well, nobody. No. Let's see. Nobody isn't going to the university right now. You're gonna say nobody isn't going, yeah, because nobody is making the whole sentence negative. So you have to say nobody is going to the university. And the same, nobody. I didn't listen to nobody. No, I didn't listen to nobody. I didn't nobody. So those are negative. You need to have only one of them negative. You can say I didn't listen to anybody, or I listened to no one or nobody. Okay, can I move on? Okay, now let's move on. I will check. Now we're going to go into the plural form. We're going to use all. Now all refers to the total number of people or things of a group. They are considered as a group and not individually. Not in the case of each and every. In the case if we want to refer to them in an individual form, we're going to use each and every. But if we're going to take it as a whole group, we're going to take into account the use of the determiner all. There are minimum 3 things in the group. 3 things you have to have as a minimum. We can use all with a plural noun to make a generalization about an entire group of something. Talking about something general, all sharks are dangerous. All sharks. All elephants are slow. And if you see, after all, we need to have a noun. All sharks are dangerous. All elephants are slow. All people are ready to go to work. All students are paying attention to what I'm saying. All, well, in the case of general, all students are preparing for evaluation. All people speak English. Yeah. Or all people want to practice English. It would be like that. And you cannot use all by itself. I guess I was checking in some of your paragraphs and some of you were writing like all is ready. You cannot say all is ready. You can say all by having a noun, but you cannot have all is ready. You can say everything is ready, but not all. If you're talking about something general and you don't want to say, or you don't want to be specific in a noun, you better say everything, but not all. All itself, no. And in the case of all, we can use all of, so we can talk about something more specific. The noun can be singular, plural, or an uncountable noun. You use this form to refer to a more specific thing. Take a look at another example. You need to read all of the book. All of the book. So you're more specific. All of the book. So that means the book completely. All of the pages are yellow and all. All of the pages. So that means you're talking about the pages as a whole. And all of the fish, uncountable, all of the fish in the pond have died. All of the fish. So in this case, we are going to use all of to be a little bit more specific. And if you want to talk about something more general, you better use all. Yeah, let's see now. Alright, it's the same of all of. Yeah, it's going to be the same. Every time that you have all of it, because you're more specific. We need to add an article, right? You need to have an article only if you are using that. You can as well say all the guys, all the people. Yeah, all people. All the people, all of the people. Yeah, both of them are okay, but it's all the people, all the books, all the pages, all of the pages. Yeah, but you're even more specific when you say all of the pages. Not all the pages. All of the pages are yellow. All of the pages of this book. Always after not right. Yeah, you need to. In this case, we're going to make the emphasis right like this. We need to have an article. In some cases, in the case of all, you can use all the books. All the books. Yeah, you need to have If you want to be more specific, you can use a determiner, but after all of books, yeah, you need to have a determiner. You cannot say all of books. No, you can say all books or all of the books. Okay. Now let's move on. No. In the case of no, we're going to use it in the singular and plural form. We know it's used to show the quantity of something. It can mean not any, and it can be used with singular and plural. So I guess someone was asking, teacher, in the case of neither, can we use neither for more than two? No, but we can use no. So here I can say, no picture was taken during the trip. So that means in the singular, so no picture. There are no plates left. There are no plates left. Plates in the plural form. No new students have joined the class. No new students have joined the class. And she has sent no message recently. So you can say no messages. Yeah, you can. If you want, you can have it in the singular or plural form. It doesn't matter. You can say no pictures, but in the case no pictures were taken. But if you're just talking about something general, no picture was taken. Because there is no plate left. Yeah, because you're talking about only one thing. Quantities, yeah. It can be in the singular or plural form. Okay. And as well, in the case of no, we're going to use the preposition, but there's going to be a small change. When we use no plus the preposition, we have to use known. We cannot say know of, know of. No, we have to say known of, known of. As an example, none of the films that are showing in the town look very interesting. Known. None of these telephones work. None of these telephones work. I have checked none of their exams. I have checked none of their exams in the plural form. None of my children has blonde hair. And as well, you can say we're uncomfortable. She liked none of his food. So you're using of again when you want to refer to something more specific. So you better use a determiner after it. So you cannot say none of telephones. No, you can say better no telephones work. You can say I have checked none of their exams, or you can say I have checked no exams. She liked none of his food. Yeah, you're very specific. But if you're talking about general, she liked no food. Might be like that. The same case, none of is going to be for something more specific. No, you can use it with both. So if you check the previous one right here, it says singular or plural. The thing that when you say no, you can say no plates or no plate. The thing that you don't have anything, so that's why you can refer to it as a singular or not or a plural form. No picture was taken, or no pictures were taken. So you can say no new student has joined the class. No new student has joined the class. So there's no difference between one and the other one, because there's not anything that you can count. As there is no anything, so you can use it in the singular or plural form. I wonder if I'm clear. Just checking something right here. Questions, guys? Okay, so we will move on to, oh, I guess that was, oh, I thought I had added something else. Okay, give me a second, guys, because I remember I added some extra information, or maybe the extra information was, and maybe I will give you right now the time, for you to check if you have some questions. Yeah, right now you're going to have access to my computer. So you're going to check. So this is everything I have been working with. No, this is right. I wonder if I guess I added it. Let me see if it was right here. Yeah, because I remember I added something at the end, but I don't know if it was with this one. No. No, it wasn't right here. It's step number 4. Could be step number 4. Now, because I remember I added some extra information, or maybe that extra information was posted on the Google Drive. Yeah, because I don't have it right here. Hold on. No, I guess, guys, that was added on the Aula Digital, but I added something else. So maybe I'm going to add well, the information that I remember I added it was only by in the case of use both of. Okay, maybe I'm going to have a sum up both of, neither of, all of, and none of are going to be for you to talk about something more specific. All of the information, you can say both of the guys are attractive. Both of the guys are attractive. You can say neither of the computers work. Neither of the computers work. All of them. All of the people were ready for work. And none of it would be like none of the exercises were difficult for me. Okay, something similar. Okay, guys, any questions in the case of the first part of the determiner section? So we can move on to the use of the ing form. Okay, let's move on. Perfect. So 20 minutes. Okay, in the case of lesson B, so we had step number 2 with the exercises and the answers. Oh yeah, no, this is something different. Okay, now in the case of adding information, we're going to have ing form. We can add information by using ing form of a verb. We'll study it in 3 different cases. So in the picture right here, it's just for you to remember something, guys, for you to have an idea. I know that is something you have studied before, but I guess it is important to mention. Some people still make mistakes in those forms of the ing form of the verbs. Okay. So first, an ing form can be a reduced relative clause. Remove the relative pronoun and the verb be. So whenever you're talking about something or you're adding information about something, guys, in the case of the ing form, the first step would be like removing a relative clause that you already have. What is going to be the way? The way is going to be like this. If you have an ing form in the clause like this, the professor who is teaching mathematics will leave the university. Here we have who is, and right after it we're going to have the verb in the ing form. So this is not going to be so complicated because you're going to take the relative pronoun who and the verb to be. You're going to remove it, and then you're going to say the professor teaching mathematics will leave the university. In this case, teaching mathematics is like giving more information about who the professor is, because if you only say the professor will leave the university, yeah, you can say the professor who is teaching mathematics. But so you can talk and you can reduce this information just to refer to teaching mathematics. You can do it like that. The dog that is lying on the floor won't get up. the dog that is lying. So again, here is very easy because we already have the verb in the ing. The only thing we have to do is to take out the relative pronoun and the verb to be. We take it out, and then we're going to continue just by having the dog lying on the floor won't get up. Okay? Now, what are we going to continue in the following? Some action verbs reduced to the present participle. This is something that maybe we haven't checked before. We normally focus on the past participle. The past participle is like broken, gone, and so on. But the present participle is all of those verbs ending in ing. One thing is the present participle, and something the gerund. Gerund is the ing form, but the function is of a noun. The function of a present participle is a verb. And it says to the present participle, especially when the present tense is used. We normally use this in the present tense. What are we going to do here? We're going to remove the relative pronoun, and then we're going to change the verb to the present participle form. If I have this the sentence as in the first one, the man who lives near my home walks to work every day. What I have to do is to remove who in here, and then this live is going to be changed into the present participle form, and you will have the answer, the man living near my home walks to work every day. In the case of the last one, the girl who attends my school lives at the end of the street. My girl who attends, who can be erased, and you can say attend in the present participle form, attending. So the girl attending my school lives at the end of the street. So that means that if you have the verb to be, if you have a pronoun, verb to be, and then ing, just omit the relative pronoun and the verb to be. But if you have the pronoun, the relative pronoun, and then the verb in the present, take out the relative pronoun, and now the verb has to be in the ing form. Okay? Now, any questions? Move on to what we have right here. Any questions, guys? Andrea says no. No. So in the case of the first example, you can say, yeah, the woman who is chatting is my grandmother, who is. So we have the relative pronoun and then the verb to be. And the reduced form will be the woman chatting. The woman chatting is my grandmother. But what if you say the woman who has 3 children is my mother. The woman who has 3 children is my mother. So you can say the woman having 3 children is my mother. So it's going to be like that. What will you use ing? Yes. You're going to use the ing, but just in the case of reducing the information and if you're talking about the same person. Okay? Only if. Oh no, that is the second case. Okay. Now, yeah, we're going to use the ing instead of relative clauses. Yeah, it is not that we're using that instead. The thing is that those are reduced relative clauses. And the only thing that we have to do is to reduce. And be careful, guys. Maybe I'm going to. It's going to be all the time that you refer to the same person. It will be like this. Let's see if I can open. Okay, let's suppose that I say okay, the man who listens let's see, the man who listens to music is a great artist. It's a great artist. Okay, so if you take a look at this is the relative pronoun who listens to music. So in this case, what we're going to do is, because we are referring to the same person, we are going to omit who, and then we cannot say the man listens. But here, we're going to change into the ing. The man listening to music is a great artist. But what if we have the following? The man who I saw today is a great artist. So here, the relative pronoun is the man who I saw today. But the problem is that I'm not talking about the same person right here. This is not the subject. So you cannot say the man who saw him today. The man saw him today. No, this is impossible for you to have it. So the only way how you can have the reduce is when you're talking about the same person doing the action that we are here. Did the man do the action of seeing? No, I did the action. I saw him. So this is going to be only in the case of something like that. And maybe the last one. Okay. The dog that has eyes is my pet. So the dog that has brown eyes is my pet. So that has brown eyes is the relative pronoun. What we're going to do here is to omit that, and this has is going to be changed by having. Yeah. The dog having brown eyes is my pet. So basically it's just like that. Okay, now let's move on, guys. Oh no, it is not that one, it's this one. Okay, the second one, an ing form can describe one event that happens at the same time as another. Notice the commas. It's important to notice the commas, and I'm pretty satisfied because I could see some of you writing in your paragraph and using this technique even though you didn't know it. Examples: we have stayed at home, keeping ourselves from getting the virus, not going to the university, taking classes online. So if you see, so this is the first sentence, but then we're going to add some more information happening at the same time, and that information is going to be, because you're talking about the same person, we keep, we don't go, we take. So because we have the same person, we continue adding some more information by just using ing. He will be there, waiting for his love to come. Who's waiting for the love? The same person and the same in the first sentence. Okay, I completed the test hoping to get a good grade. Who hopes? The same person. So that means you can add some more information. And that extra information that is happening at the same time has to be in the ing form. Okay? Okay, well, am I clear with the second example? Yeah, or the second form. So it is not that complicated. I am here, guys, talking to you, drinking some water, and explaining the class. And how about you guys? You are over there listening to me, sitting on the sofa, or maybe lying on your hammock. Well, it will be something like that, adding extra information. Any questions? Okay, maybe everything is clear. Okay, and I go with the last part. Third, an ing form can come before or after be. It can be the subject or object of a verb. So first of all, it's important, guys, that you can take a look at the information that you have right here. These are not actions, so those are activities. Let's focus on that so we can so we don't get confused. Take a look at the first one. His favorite hobby is playing video games with his brother. This playing, it's not an action, it's an activity. My favorite hobby is, what is your favorite activity? Playing video games with his brother. What about you guys? What is your favorite hobby? You can tell me. Teacher, my favorite hobby is spending time with my family. Spending time with my family is spending time with my family. Somebody else can say, no, teacher, my favorite hobby is eating pizza. Eating pizza. Okay? My favorite hobby, teacher, is listening to music. Listening to music. Okay? My grandma, take a look at the second example. Yeah, I'm missing the apostrophe. I'm going to check it. My grandma's dreams. My grandma's dreams was going to the United States. My grandma's dream is dream. My grandma's dream. Oh God, I made a mistake right there. Okay. My grandma's dream was going to the United States. Going to the United States. Going is the activity that she had as a dream. My grandma's dream was going to the United States. You can continue. Taking classes online is not the same as taking them in person. Taking. So you're using this as a subject. Taking classes online is not the same as taking them in person. And the last, the last one, I can't stand commuting on crowded bus during rush hour. I can't stand commuting on crowded bus in rush hour. Okay, so those are going to be activities: playing, going, taking, commuting. And remember, this is not like my favorite hobby is playing. You cannot say what my favorite hobby is. I don't want you to get confused with this. Playing is not a verb. In here, the function is not of a verb. So the function is of a noun. What is your favorite hobby? Playing. You cannot say my favorite hobby is playing. What is your favorite hobby? Playing. No, we cannot say. In the case going, it is not that my grandma was going. No, but it's that his dream was. What is the dream? Going. And pretty much, guys, that was the information that I have right here. So I guess this is it. Okay, maybe you can have any if you have any questions, guys, you can ask them right now. Maybe you can open up your microphone. You can ask them, or you can just shut right here. Yeah, it's an activity. Taking classes. It's an action. So it's not just the verb. Taking classes, that is an action, that is an activity. Taking classes online. Someone else, guys? Okay, well, if I'm not mistaken, is the verb ing just like infinity? I don't get your question. It is the verb. Is the verb ing used like infinitive form? You may use it, but it is recommendable because you're adding more information to how the ing form. You can say my favorite hobby is to play. Yeah, you could say it, but it's better. It's much better for you to say my favorite hobby is playing. It's going to be the same as like. I like to go to the party. No, I like going to party. I hate to listen to music, or I hate to listen to reggaeton music. Yeah, you can say, but it's better for you to say I hate listening to reggaeton music. So because the function of these verbs, it's as a noun, and as a noun, it's better for you to have ing form. Because they are gerunds. You cannot say to take classes online is not the same. No, it's better for you to say taken. Okay. Someone else, everyone? Okay, well, let me see the people that we have right here. So, well, pretty much this was everything, guys. So this is the information they have. Well, I'm not going to show right now because maybe you haven't done it, and I wanted to take this quiz. Yeah. Well, guys, I guess this is going to be all of the information. Something that I will do, yeah, after this explanation is to take a look at some more exercises. I haven't done anything so far because believe me, guys, it has been so hard to be checking all of the exercises. It's not the same checking your paragraphs one by one, or each paragraph in this case, um, like having the paper than doing it on the computer. So I already have all of your grades. I already checked all of your speaking. I will give you a feedback, and I will send it to you through your email. Um, but pretty much this is it, guys. I'm so happy that you're here, that you're doing your best. Just guys, don't forget to continue working with the different activities that I have been posted on the Google Classroom. So we're going to continue working, and I wonder if you had checked that the evaluations have changed for this ending of the semester. This is in case we don't see each other again, because we don't know how long we're going to be like in this issue. So, but if you haven't seen it yet, we're going to have only two different quizzes. We're going to have the paragraph, and we are going to have the oral evaluation. The paragraph will have a percentage of 15, and the speaking evaluation will have a percentage of 20. Um, and again, the grades, the pending grades of speaking will be posted tonight. And in the case of the feedback, guys, give me a second. Yeah, well, give me just some more time. I already have it. Maybe I will post some pictures later on. So just some general pictures. It's not going to be that I'm going to be showing your grades, but I will show your grades in the feedback of your oral presentations later on. But again, the general feedback will be transmitted by having an email. And I will give you right now, though sometimes, guys, before maybe we finish with this conference, but give you some time for you maybe to ask any questions, any general questions. Again, you can write on the chat that we have right here, or if you want, you can just turn on your microphones and you can express your ideas. Well, if you tell me that there are no questions, maybe we can stop right here. Just let me know. So if we continue with this issue, with this quarantine, so we're going to have the same. So everything has changed, and even though we get back, I guess the situation will continue the same, just having these two evaluations. So well, I hope we get out of this quarantine, but who knows? That we're checking yesterday from the news that there are 4 more victims, 4 more people with a contagious virus. So we already have 9 of them. So yeah, we better keep safe at home right now. So anybody else? Another comment? Another question maybe? No, I think this is a good way to receive. Okay, yeah. Believe me, guys, it has been kind of hard. So I was like kind of checking. I was doing a lot of different practice rehearsal before. I was like doing with another cell phone. I even did it with my sisters, like asking them to add, and then like, can you hear me well? So well, I cannot hear you, so you can you try with your microphones and everything. Yeah, it was kind of funny. Yeah, but I'm doing my best again. As I told, well, I didn't tell this to in this group, but I guess I told it in the B1 group 11 that I will do my best, guys. I will do my best, and I hope we can continue practicing working. So that's why, well, if I am doing my best, I guess I would like this to be mutual. So I would like also you to do your best efforts to continue practicing. I'm not asking you a lot of things. I'm just asking you to just to do your best effort. So remember that you are not going to be practicing your English the same way we did at the university. And for that reason, I would like you to continue doing your best. And this is going to be the same for everybody. So, and again, I'm going to record. I'm recording this. This is going to be posted on my YouTube account, and as well, I'm going to post this on the Google Classroom, so you can, for the ones who didn't participate in this first conference, can continue practicing and working, and I will continue. It's going to be just like that. Yeah, yeah, definitely. So that's why I was doing my best, guys. Believe me. This day have been like kind of crazy with a ton of activities, but yeah, but here we are. Here we are. And as I told you, so since I was giving this subject B1 or B2, I mean B2, and I said I was responsible for your uh, learning process. I said no, this is gonna be my way, and I just doing my best, guys. Well, believe me, there are some days in which I have gone to bed like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, like checking, like doing some other things, and well, I think I'm going to rest a little bit this coming week. So I'm going to pay more attention to your learning process. So, well, anyway, what we can do, yeah, I'm just doing what I consider it's okay, and I would like to do even some more, guys. But let's see. Let me just take some time to think about what are some more things that I can do, and some more ways to practice. And I mean, this is it. This is it. And I do appreciate, guys, that you're paying attention as well to. Oh, got a problem.